The Minnesota Twins are on the air.
August 25th, 1967. No chance, Dean. Prior to the 1967 season, the Minnesota Twins were looking to bolster their pitching staff. They found a trade partner in the California Angels as the Twins sent Jimmy Hall, Don Mitcher, and Pete Semino out west for infielder Jackie Hernandez and former 1964 Cy Young Award winner Dean Chance. Dean was named the American League All-Star starting pitcher after recording a 2.78 ERA through his first 21 starts. After the All-Star break, Dean made history at Metropolitan Stadium, throwing a rain-shortened 5-innings perfect game against Jim Lonborg and the Boston Red Sox on August 6th of 1967. Chance didn't view it as history and called the outing just another win. Less than a month later, the Twins were on the final stop of their 16-game road trip as they were set for a doubleheader at Cleveland Stadium.
And the Twins are taking a chance. Dean Chance. If you'll pardon a lousy pun, he's pitching this game.
Dean was a Wooster, Ohio native, growing up just 50 miles from the Cleveland Stadium. He told Sid Hartman that he borrowed every teammate's complimentary tickets to help family and friends attend his start in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Teammate Jim Perry said Chance may have been a little preoccupied by the homecoming.
Yep, Dean Chance come out there, he packed his bag and forgot to put his glove in there. So Dean comes over to me and gets my glove and used the glove.
Perry's glove didn't help Chance early on as Herb Carneal and Halsey Hall wondered about his control after walking the first two batters of the game.
The pitch is outside, 3-0. Well, this is hard to understand about Dean Chance being wild the way he has been in the last two outings in the first inning.
He was this way at California, but he settled down.
And Detroit. And the pitch is down the middle of call strike. Davalillo had ducked away from the plate. He was hiding almost. He argues about the call, but how would he know? He wasn't even looking at the plate or the pitcher. It sounded inside.
I tell you, I think Dean would like more work. I don't know whether that's correct or not.
Tovar is up close at third. There's a quick throw over to first, and Lee May is back. No score in the last half of the first inning. The Twins won the opener 6-5. Throw to first, May is back. Chance checks the runner. In comes the pitch. Ball 4, but someplace. And Chance is fuming. He screams down to Larry Knapp, the plate umpire, about the last pitch.
Still in the first, Chance uncorks a wild pitch with the bases loaded as Halsey Hall unknowingly foreshadows an interesting note.
Jimmy gives the sign. Chance glances over at the runner at third, Lee May. Now he winds, and here's the pitch. And it's outside, getting away from Zimmerman. Here's the runner breaking for the plate, and he is going to score. May scores. A wild pitch is charged to Chance. Davalillo went to third, Horton to second.
So many times that happens with 2 strikes on the hitter. It's uncanny. Well, the Indians don't seem to care whether they get a hit or not. They've had 4 men on base and scored a run with no hits.
The Twins answer with a run of their own in the next half inning as Tony Oliva scores on a Cleveland error. Chance then locked in, facing the minimum through 4 innings before coming to bat in the top of the 5th.
Chance grounded out in the third inning. Siebert, the right-hander, delivers. Chance had shortened the bunt. The pitch went outside. Ball one. Sure like to see Dean get a base hit because his parents are here, and I don't know if they've ever seen him get a base hit or not. The next pitch is inside. Knocks him out of there.
Folks here,
They're seated right down behind home plate here. 2 balls, no strikes. In fact, how many people have ever seen him get a base hit?
well, no one at the Met. He made his hits in Boston.
The windup by Siebert. Here's the pitch. And it hit him. Chance is hit in a leg. He runs down to first. He yells something out to Siebert, who answers him. So Chance is on, hit by a pitch. That's what happens when you have a reputation as a power hitter.
Keep an eye out here. Is Siebert going over to talk to Chance or to talk to his first baseman? He's going over to talk to Chance, and the first baseman's pushing him back.
Well, people are starting to come out of the dugout slowly. And Frank Umont, just like a conductor telling his choir to sing quietly, waves the Indians back to the dugout and now points a finger at the Indian dugout. So Chance is hit in the leg. He's on at first, and the batter is Rod Carew.
A couple of times they might have thrown close on purpose because of Chance throwing that ball over May's head. They decked Killebrew, but you never know because the pitcher has a right to lose one once in a while. What are all these pigeons flying around for?
They're Cleveland pigeons getting ready for the brawl.
Dean continued to cruise over the next 3 innings, retiring Lee May in the 8th, just 3 outs short of a no-hitter.
The pitch here to May. Swung on a fly ball to left field. Valdespino over, makes the catch, and the side is out. 3 up, 3 down. And so at the end of 8, it's the Twins 2 and Cleveland 1.
Herb and Halsey were business as usual, not referencing the no-hitter until the final out.
The right-hander delivers. A check swing roller out towards Rod Carew. He's up for the ball. Throw to first base. Got him. 2 away. Hinton checked his swing and hit one by the mound. And there's a fellow dancing up on top of the Twins dugout. 2 out and nobody on. The only runners to get on tonight. 5 walks given up by Chance and 1 Twins error. Tony Horton, who has reached on an error, grounded to third, hit into a pitcher's second, first double play. Twins leading 2-1, 2 out, nobody on in the last half of the 9th inning. Horton, a right-handed batter.
And everyone on both benches standing. Oh, boy.
Here's a windup at Dean, and the first pitch to Tony Horton. Swung on a high bouncing ball to third. Tovar has it over to first base, and a no-hitter for Dean Chance. A no-hitter for Dean Chance, and the Twins win the game 2-1 to switch the doubleheader, and Chance is being mobbed by his teammates.
Boy, oh boy, it looks like a World Series finish. Well, it's the first no-hitter since Kralik, Herb. And against a hard-hitting ball club. Oh, boy.
In front of his family and friends in his hometown, Dean Chance throws the Twins' second no-hitter in team history. After the game, Dean received a congratulatory phone call from Vice President of the United States, Hubert Humphrey. Oh, and did Jim Perry ever get that glove back from Dean?
Pitched a no-hitter, and it took me about 50 years before I got it back. I got it back home. His son, after Dean died, he knew I was going to get there. I was going to get it, but Dean died, and his son made sure I got it back. But it was I think it was about 15 days before 50 years. Jeez.
That's this week's Tale of the Tape.
Play ball! The Merle Harmon Show, presented by Kelvinator, and your nearby CCO Land Calvinator dealer. Remember, whether you cool it, cook it, wash it, or freeze it, do it in style with a Calvinator. And now here's Merle.
Old Timers Day is going to come up at the Met on September 1st. Former stars of the St. Paul Saints will meet former stars of the Minneapolis Millers. We're going to talk to Clay Bryant in a moment. Clay, of course, managed the Saints for 3 years. Going to buy color TV, there are dozens of exciting new shows, all of them in color. Think what you've missed. The kids may be bugging you, and your wife's hints could push you into a quick decision. You could buy an ordinary color TV. Your Magnavox Home Entertainment Center, Shore in St. Paul, and Chrome's Minneapolis ask you to see Magna Color TV before you buy any. Magnavox is your best buy for so many reasons. Instant automatic color gives perfectly tuned pictures always. The brilliant color tube is more natural and vivid. The Magnavox Color Purifier lets you move your set without costly serviceman readjustments. Quick on pictures, handcrafted furniture styles, so much more. Before you buy any color TV, see reliable Magnavox, low as $339.50. The finest by your comparison at your Magnavox Home Entertainment Center, Shore in St. Paul, 5th and Wabasha downtown, Harmar Mall, Lexington Plaza, Signal Hills, and Sunray Shopping Centers, Chrome's Minneapolis, 817 Nicollet Mall downtown, and 129 East Hennepin. The pitching coach of the Cleveland Indians is Clay Bryant, a name very well known in the Twin Cities area. Clay, of course, managed the St. Paul Saints for 3 years. Clay, what was the best club you had there?
In 1952, when I had Bill Sharman, Don Zimmer, Walt Moore, Sandy Ambrose, Bud Hudson, Bob Darnell, Kenny Lehman, and I had quite a club then. We had quite a battle with Minnesota, too, which is Minneapolis then, you know. And we had quite a contest one night in St. Paul when Pete Burnside knocked down Walt Moore and split his helmet, and after that game, we had quite a throwing contest.
Was this a regular happening when St. Paul played Minneapolis or vice versa?
Yes, that's right. Everything happened between our club. Everything went. Everybody was going hard in the second base, third base, even going hard in the first base. It was a rough and tumble series every time we played the Minneapolis.
Clay, of course, a lot of the old-timers are going to be back for this ball game, and I know that you're disappointed, and the fans are disappointed there that you'll be able to make it, but your duties here in Cleveland, of course, will preclude an appearance there. But those must have been some wonderful days for you because you sent a lot of kids to the major leagues, didn't you?
Yes, Merle. I was just telling you, the fellows like Walt Moore and Don Zimmer and Bud Hudson and Bill Sharman, Sandy Ambrose and Kenny Lehman. I had quite a ball club over there, and so did the Minneapolis had quite a ball club too. And Jim, the catcher, Cott, went to the Giants later on, and Burnside and went to the major league. It was quite a battle, and you had a shortstop named Darrell Spencer over there at that time. It was quite a series and quite a ball club on both clubs. I think a lot of the ball players on your club went to the major leagues, and so did our ball club at St. Paul. Actually, St. Paul was a farm club for the Dodgers that time, the #1 club.
Clay Bryant. And Clay, we're going to miss you when it's Old Timers Day there.
Oh, I'd love to be there. It'd be great to be back there and see all these fellas.
The Merle Harmon Show was brought to you by Calvinator and your nearby Calvinator dealer in CCO Land. Remember, whether you cool it, cook it, wash it, or freeze it, do it in style with a Calvinator. The Merle Harmon Show is also presented by your Twin Cities Magnavox Home Entertainment Centers, Chrome's in Minneapolis, and Shorns in St. Paul.
We'll have Twins baseball in 1 minute. It's a fine feeling to have a team in the top bracket, isn't it? Don't you young men sometimes wish you had the gift that puts you before thousands of fans shouting for you to perform? Fellas, there is a league wide open to hundreds of thousands of you. Flyaway has called your attention several times to the airline's ads. They offer any acceptable plane pilot $1 million during his lifetime to fly for them. To be sure, the airlines still demand 2 years of college, but there is a scarcity of pilots that will not be met for years to come in industry, in government, and as private pilots. Flyaway assures you that there are innumerable administrative and executive jobs where piloting is not the main duty, but is an important adjunct. Now, here's the point. You simply must have a license to fly at all. How do you get it? Flyaway has the best equipment, the best instructors, the best field, and the best schoolrooms in the Northwest. And Flyaway students get licensed. Come out to Holman Field and see for yourself. Learn now while it's still easy, because it's going to get tougher every year. For every Twins home run in tonight's second game, a case of Wheaties will be given to that player's favorite charity.
Minnesota Twins baseball is on the air. This game is brought to you by Ham's Beer. From the land of sky blue waters comes the water best for brewing. Ham's tastes best, refreshes you best glass after glass. By the home of thrift, the home of home loans, Twin City Federal, where safety always comes first. By the Pure Oil Company, who reminds you to fire up with Firebird Super, the closest thing to racing gasoline, at the big blue Pure Oil sign. By Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions, the Big G cereal from General Mills, with the basics of raw wheat. And by New Blue Shield, a health care plan especially designed for you and your family. That's Shield, New Blue Shield. Now, here's Halsey Hall.
Hi, folks. How you all doing? Well, another laugher. Gee whiz, do you realize the Twins were running away with that game in the 10th inning? They had a 2-run lead. And they won it, 6-5 in 10 innings. Now the lineups for the second game will be a little bit different. The umpires have not come out yet. The fireworks are over. They've had a presentation at home plate. And the folks are waiting for the second game, and we'll have the starting lineups for you in just a minute.
Hey, Orville and Wilbur finally did it. They got one off the ground.
Wait a minute, they flew 64 years ago.
A 47 Hudson?
Oh, love beats hate, a smile beats a frown. Nothing beats the taste of a hand going down. Let's hand it up. We'll need the reason. This is the season.
There's just one way to tell a great beer from an ordinary beer. Taste. And nothing beats the taste of a cold Hamm's going down. Why settle for less? Have a Ham.
Just one more and I'll buy the round, 'cause nothing beats the taste of a ham going down.
Let's hand it up. We'll need the reason. This is the season. We'll ham it up. Ham it up.
For Cleveland, Lee May, M-A-Y-E. Batting first, left field. Batting second, Vic Davalillo, center field. Batting third, Chuck Hinton, right field. Batting fourth, Tony Horton, first base. Batting fifth, Max Alvis, third base. Hear that banjo music? Batting sixth, Joe Askew, A-Z-C-U-E, tried to make a nuisance out of himself that first game. Pinch hit home run in the 10th. Batting seventh, Vern Fuller, second base. Batting eighth, Larry Brown, shortstop. And the pitcher, the right-hander, Sonny Siebert. Coming back off the injury list. They've been bothered by double vision. And they want to see how Sonny's doing. He has been an extremely fine pitcher in the past. His record right now is 6-10, although his earned run is excellent at 2.79. For the Twins, Rod Carew, second base. Ted Eulander in center field. Eulander wound up with 9 putouts in that first game. Cesar Tovar at third. Tony Oliva in right. Harmon Killebrew, first base. Sandy Valdespino, left field. Jerry Zimmerman's the catcher, batting seventh. Jackie Hernandez, batting eighth at shortstop. And the Twins are taking a chance. Dean Chance. If you'll pardon a lousy pun, he's pitching this game. And here it is. Ken Harrelson goes to the Red Sox. Another guy to aim at that front porch in Fenway Park. With Canigliaro out, of course, they've been playing Jim Landis, who is one of the fine center fielders in baseball, or one of the fine outfielders. And he did hit a home run, but he's not the long ball hitter that Harrelson is. Harrelson can play first base or the outfield. Of course, they aren't going to put him in place of George Scott. He'll go on the roster Monday, not until Monday. Boston's having a picnic at 7-0 in the 8th inning. Lonborg shutting out the White Sox. Monboquet just got through doing it. And the dope is a very high price. Harrelson has never been outstanding. This is the best year he's ever had. And he seemed to like it at KC, but Mr. Finley didn't like Harrelson. Rod Carew throws away the tar rag. And the Twins, who won the first game 6-5 in 10 innings, are coming to bat. A lot of people have left. They came for the first game in the fireworks, I guess. Carew steps in and, well, are you all refreshed? And you had a shower and everything else, Mr. Harmon?
No, but we sure have plenty of water close by.
Let's have another laugher.
Thank you, Halsey. Here we go with Rod Carew, and the first pitch is high for ball one, and we're underway. Yes, sir, when you come to Cleveland Stadium, all you got to do is bring a bar of soap. Step out into Lake Erie. We can almost throw a baseball into the lake. Rod Carew against right-hander Sonny Siebert. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Now the wind-up and the next pitch. Rod hits one on the ground down to third, picked up by Alvis. He guns a throw to first in time for the out. So Rod, who went hitless in the first game, is 0 for 1 in this one. Now Ted Eulander is up, but he didn't go hitless in the opener. He was 2 for 5 officially. He singled and homered. His homer came with a man on. He scored twice, and he also stole a home run. Wagner belted one in the 7th inning that was going over the fence in right center, and Eulander went back as far as he could, banged against the fence as he leaped, and pulled the ball down. Siebert cranks up. Here's the pitch. Ball is high. 1 ball, no strikes. The Twins won the first game in 10 innings, 6-5. Boston is leading Chicago 7-0 in the 8th inning. Detroit leads Kansas City 2-0 in the 5th. Siebert's next pitch to Eulander is hit on the ground into right field. Another hit for Ted. He has now hit safely in 12 consecutive ball games. The batter is Cesar Tovar. Tovar had 1 out of 4 in the first game. A single. Well, they were spraying base hits all over the place. Each team had 13 hits in the opener. Eulander at first, 1 out, top of the first inning. The stretch by Siebert. In comes the pitch. Fastball is high, 1-0. Siebert can really fire. He's a product of the University of Missouri and was a great basketball player before signing a baseball contract with the Indian organization. Horton plays the inside of the bag to Eulander. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Pitch out, but the Twins did not have the play on that time. 2-0. The Twins pulled that in the first game with Eulander as the base runner. They sent the runner, and the shortstop, Larry Brown, went to cover second, and Tovar singled through the hole at short. Then Eulander scored on a sacrifice fly. 2 balls and no strikes. Askew sets him in as a target. Sonny Siebert goes to the belt, and in comes the pitch. The runner is going this time. There's a bouncing ball up the middle. Brown has it at second, throws to first for the double play. He stepped on the bag at second base, and that time it worked just in reverse. With the runner going, Brown was going to cover second, and the ball was hit through the middle, and it went right to Brown at second base. All he had to do was take it. He was standing on the bag, and he threw to first to double up Tovar to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. In the middle of the first inning, the score is Minnesota 0, and the Indians come to bat.
Well, Dean Chance. Dean started in Detroit, and he wasn't Dean Chance. Now he's out here starting this game for the Twins, seeking his 17th victory. Lee May, a left-handed batsman, leading off.
May takes the first pitch from Chance, and it's time for ball 1. May was announced as a pinch hitter in the first game, and then when manager Cal Irmer switched pitchers, Joe Adcock used a pinch hitter for the pinch hitter. So he didn't bat after all. May is hitting .251 with 8 home runs and 25 RBIs. Chance comes on with the next pitch, and May looks at a pitch high.
Calling the plate decisions this game, Larry Knapp.
Two balls, no strikes to May. The next pitch is down the middle, a called strike. Cut the heart of the plate with a breaking ball, actually. It's 2-1 now. Del Rice coaching at third. Over at first is Pat Mullen. The outfield is playing May to hit the ball to left center. Chance delivers. May cuts on a check swing and fouls it off into the seats on the third base side. Detroit leads Kansas City 2-0 in the 6th inning behind John Hiller. Boy, what a nice surprise he has been. Pitched a shutout his last time out, I believe. At least he won his ball game going all the way. 2-2 pitch. A bit high, and it's 3-2. And the payoff pitch to May is outside by a shade. Chance is unhappy with a call, and May is on with a walk. And the batter will be Vic Davalillo, the center fielder. The Red Sox are batting in the 9th inning of Chicago in the first game and leading 7-0 behind Lonborg. He's rolling. They've just finished batting in the 9th. The White Sox are now up. Still 7-0. Here's the pitch to Davalillo. It's high, ball 1. Chance checks May at first. Throws. Davalillo moves away as the pitch comes inside. Now it's 2-0, and Zimmerman goes out to talk to Chance. It's 2 balls, no strikes to the Cleveland center fielder, Vic Davalillo. Used to be a pitcher at one time. He had 2 hits in the first game, 2 for 5. The pitch is outside, 3-0.
Well, this is hard to understand about Dean Chance being wild the way he has been in the last two outings in the first inning.
He was this way at California, but he settled down.
And Detroit. And the pitch is down the middle of call strike. Davalillo ducked away from the plate. He was hiding almost. He argues about the call, but how would he know? He wasn't even looking at the plate or the pitcher. It sounded inside.
I tell you, I think Dean would like more work. I don't know whether that's correct or not.
Tovar is up close to third. There's a quick throw over to first, and Lee May is back. No score in the last half of the first inning. The Twins won the opener 6-5. Throw to first, May is back. Chance checks the runner. In comes the pitch. Ball 4, but someplace. And Chance is fuming. He screams down to Larry Knapp, the plate umpire, about the last pitch. Now it's 2 and aboard. The batter will be Hinton, and Wynn is going to the mound to talk to Chance, and we'll take a break here. This is a play-by-play broadcast of the Minnesota Twins.
For 90 cents or less, you can call long distance anywhere in the 48 states. Did you know that? It's the truth. That 90-cent rate goes into effect every weekday evening after 8 o'clock and all day Sunday. It's in effect right now. You can call 3 minutes station to station for 90 cents or less, and the telephone is so much more satisfying than a letter. Take advantage of this low rate from Northwestern Bell this evening. 74 degrees. Studio St. Paul, Minneapolis at 830 WCCO.
Chuck Hinton is the batter. The conference at the mound is over. Chuck is the right fielder. He had a home run in the first game, also a single twice. He was 3 for 5. Chance at the stretch. Here's the pitch. He tried to bunt and he fouled it off strike one. Lee May at second and Vic Davalillo at first. Nobody out in the last half of the second inning. No balls, 1 strike. Tovar up close at third in the event of a bunt. And they're looking for it. Here's the pitch. Hinton going to swing away, and he fouls it off out of play. Over behind the dugout on the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes. California at Baltimore for a doubleheader postponed because of rain. Mets and Cubs were postponed in New York because of rain. 0-2 pitch, struck him out swinging. Tried to check his swing and went too far. 1 out. And the batter will be Tony Horton, the first baseman. Tony got the collar in the first game, 0 for 5. He checked into the doubleheader with an even .300 batting average. Davalillo at first, May at second. Both men on with walks. The outfield is to the left and deep. This trade may be turning out to be a very good one for Cleveland that brought Tony Horton to the Indians for pitcher Gary Bell. Here's the stretch in the pitch. There's a bouncing ball to third. High hopper. Tovar bobbles the ball. No play. The bases are loaded, and error is charged on Tovar. Horton beat that ball into the ground. It hopped high. Tovar leaped for it and tried to throw before he had possession. The bases are loaded, and the batter is Alvis. May at third. Davalillo at second. Horton at first on the error. Alvis had 2 hits in the first game, 2 for 5. Scored a run and drove in a run.
1 out, 3 on in the last half of the first inning. Chance can now go to the windup if he wishes. He does pump. And here's the pitch. There's a bouncer foul outside of third. That area out in front of home plate seems to be very hard. I don't know if it's just a coincidence that so many balls have been beaten into the ground that jump high in the air tonight, or whether the Indians have had the area fixed that way, which is certainly their prerogative. 1 strike to count to Alvis. Chance into the motion. Here's the next pitch. Fastball, and he fouled that one off, and it bounced up and hit him in the back. 2 strikes to Alvis. May at third, Davalillo at second, and Horton at first. Jimmy gives the sign. Chance glances over at the runner at third, Lee May. Now he winds, and here's the pitch. And it's outside, getting away from Zimmerman. Here's the runner breaking for the plate, and he is going to score. May scores. A wild pitch is charged to Chance. Davalillo went to third, Horton to second.
So many times that happens with 2 strikes on the hitter. It's uncanny. Well, the Indians don't seem to care whether they get a hit or not. They've had 4 men on base and scored a run with no hits. 3 men on base, rather.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Alvis. Chance goes into the pumping motion, and the pitch. Struck him out swinging on a breaking pitch. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Dino. The batter will be Joe Askew, who batted once in the first game, took 1 swing and hit a ball over the center field fence in the 10th inning for a home run. But the Twins still won the game 6-5. Boston has defeated Chicago 7-1 in the first game of a doubleheader. Lonborg all the way on a 7-hitter, and Ward spoiled his shutout in the 9th with a homer. Joe Askew, a right-handed batter, the catcher. Cleveland leading 1-0. Chance to the windup, and here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball to left field. Sandy Valdespino is camped under it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So it's 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left. And after 1 inning, Cleveland won and Minnesota nothing.
I'm going to say Dick Siebert. Pardon me, Coach. Sonny Siebert against Dean Chance.
Tony O is up. Had 2 hits in the opener, 2 for 4, and drove in a run. Takes a pitch high for ball 1. Eddie Matthews has just homered for Detroit in the 7th. It's now 3-0. Tigers over Kansas City. Sonny Siebert into the motion. Down comes the pitch, and Oliva pops it outside of third near the stands, and it's going to go into the seats. One ball and 1 strike to Oliva. The Indians are in front 1-0 in the 2nd inning. Siebert delivers, and a breaking pitch is inside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the next offering. And it must have been a shade outside, and Siebert stares daggers at the plate umpire. 3-1 to Oliva. Siebert throws, and Oliva belts one into right field. It's going to be in for a base hit. And the second base umpire, Bill Valentine, going to cover, slipped and fell, and is still sitting down. Out in short right center. Now, he was going out because when the ball was hit, it looked like Hinton, the right fielder, might have an opportunity to make a shoestring catch. And Valentine was going to go make sure that the ball wasn't trapped. And all of a sudden, his feet flew out from under him just like he was on ice. Here's Harmon Killebrew. Harm drove in the lead run in the 10th and scored the run that proved to be the eventual winner. He cuts and misses on the first pitch for strike 1. He had 2 RBIs in the first game with a single and a triple. A runner at first and nobody out in the Twins' half of the second. Sonny Siebert at the belt, throws inside a ball, a fastball. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the check at first. And the pitch. Low for a ball, a sinker, 2-1. Well, for what it's worth, and it could change quite a lot after second games of doubleheaders are played. Boston is now in first place at this moment after beating the White Sox. The Twins are in second place, and the White Sox are in third. Here's the next pitch to Killebrew. He bounces one foul just barely outside of third. Boy, oh boy. What a race. The Twins would be a half game behind Boston in second place. Now the check at first. And the pitch to Killebrew. Fouls it off over into the third base dugout. 2-2. Cleveland leading 1-0. We're in the top of the second. The Twins won the first game 6-5 in 10 innings. Boston has now won 71, lost 55. The Twins have won 70 and lost 55. Chicago has won 69 and lost 55. So everything is even in the loss column at the moment. The check at first, the runner going. Here's the pitch. There's a drive into left center field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. Running pickup by May, bobbles a ball. Here's Oliva around third. The throw goes to second. Now the relay to the plate, not in time. Lee May bobbled the ball and then threw to second base, thinking Killebrew would be going there. Oliva, with Billy Martin's left arm, waving him home, rounded third and came on in. Fuller, the second baseman, whipped a relay to the plate, but it was way too late, and it's a 1-1 ball game. So Killebrew is on with a single. Waiting for the rest of the scoring. The batter is Sandy Valdespino, who is in for the injured Bob Allison, who has a pulled hamstring in his right leg. Sandy was 1 for 4 in the first game and drove in what proved to be the winning run in the 10th inning with a sacrifice fly. Here's the stretch, the look at first and the pitch. A swing and a miss, strike one. Score tied 1-1 in the top of the second. No error is charged, so it'll be a single and a run batted in for Killebrew. That's 3 for him tonight in the RBI department. And he has 87 for the year. Siebert delivers. Valdespino backs away from a tight pitch. It's 1-1. If you missed it a little while ago, the Boston Red Sox have signed Ken Harrelson, who was hitting 300, a little over 300 for Kansas City, and was fired by owner Charles Finley a few days ago. Became a free agent. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Change up, missed outside with it, 2-1. They're estimating that Harrelson got around $75,000, $75,000 to $100,000 for signing with Boston, partly as a bonus and a salary that would include next year. So that was a real bonanza for Harrelson personally. Here's the check over at first and the pitch. Foul ball out of play to the upper deck. 2-2. Harrelson is to join Boston on Monday. I believe that's September 1st, isn't it? That's when they can fatten the rosters anyway. Two balls, two strikes. Killebrew at first and nobody out. Here's the next pitch to Valdespino. It's way up high, ball 3. No, that's not the first. First is Friday. I'm not even sure which month it is anymore, Ken. Only missed it by 4 days. That's what happens on the road trip. Three balls and two strikes. Well, that makes more sense because he now would be eligible for the World Series if the Red Sox should make it. Runner going, the pitch is fouled back upstairs. 3-2. Three balls and two strikes to Valdespino. Killebrew at first and nobody out in the top of the second, and the game is tied at 1-1. The Twins won the opener 6-5 in 10 innings. Now the stretch and the pitch, a runner going. There's a ground ball, a bouncing ball now out to the second baseman Fuller. Throws over to first for the out, and Killebrew goes on to second. That ball took a great big hop all of a sudden as it came off the carpet, and Fuller's only play was at first. So Killebrew's on second with one out, and here is Jerry Zimmerman. Zimmerman is a right-handed batter. One out. Here's the stretch, the check at second. And the pitch. Breaking ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The Yankees lead the Senators by a score of 2-0 in the 4th inning of the second game. New York won the opener 7-5. Detroit is in front of Kansas City 3-0. The A's are batting in the last of the 7th. Siebert off the stretch. Here's the pitch. Ball low and outside, a slider. California and Baltimore were rained out of a doubleheader in Baltimore tonight. Well, the Orioles have really lost a lot of home dates as a result of rain this year. Sonny Siebert off the stretch, looks at Killebrew. Here's the pitch to Zimmerman. He cuts and he misses, strike one. He was really working on that breaking stuff, and he finally got it over. 2 balls, 1 strike. Askew sets the mid as a target. Siebert throws. There's a ground ball headed for the right side. It's gloved by Fuller. He throws to first for the out, and Killebrew goes to third. The ball lost its zip as it hit the skin part of the infield, and Vern Fuller was able to go far to his right to keep that ball from going on through to right field. So now there are 2 down, with Killebrew at third, and the batter is Jackie Hernandez, the shortstop. Hernandez was 1 for 3 in the first game. He's a right-handed batter. Killebrew at third. Siebert can now go back to the windup if he wishes. Siebert taking a lot of time. Now he's ready and does use the windup, and here's the pitch. Ball, it's up high. Cincinnati and Houston are scoreless in the last of the third. It's Queen against Wilson. One ball and no strikes to Hernandez. Next pitch to him, sidearm delivery is popped up down behind first. Horton is under the ball, and he takes it. So the side is retired. In the second, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. In the middle of inning number 2, it's Minnesota 1 and Cleveland 1. We're still trying to figure out when September 1st is. It's Friday, September 1st. All this was brought about by trying to figure out when Ken Harrelson goes on the Boston Red Sox roster. He is supposed to go on Monday, which would make him eligible for the World Series. If the Red Sox should make it, you've got to be on the roster before September 1st. Here's a bouncer by Vern Fuller outside of third. Foul ball, strike 1. Here's the next pitch. It's over the outside corner. A call strike, 0-2. Here's the next pitch to Fuller. And it's low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, now that we have this momentous decision all straightened out, back to the ball game. And the 1-2 pitch to Fuller. Missed outside, it's 2-2. Dean Chance gave up a run in the first inning on 2 walks, an error, and a wild pitch. One to one. Chance throws, strike 3 called, and Fuller knew it. 3 strikeouts for Chance, and the batter will be Larry Brown, the shortstop. 1 for 5 in the first game. In the second game at Chicago tonight, Lee Stang will go for Boston. He'll be opposed by Francisco Carlos, the rookie just called up from Indianapolis. Brown bounces one down near second, grabbed by Hernandez, throws to first for the out. He beat that ball into the ground out in front of the plate. It jumped way up over the mound. Took another bounce right in front of second base, and Jackie Hernandez made the play. 2 down. Now Sonny Siebert is up, the pitcher. He's a good hitter, by the way. Sonny Siebert at the plate with 2 down and nobody on in the Cleveland second. The score is deadlocked at 1-1, and Minnesota won the opener 6-5 in 10 innings. Here's a breaking ball, a strike to Siebert. The outfield is to the left. Chance kicks and throws. Strike 2, a fastball zipped in. 2 strikes to the Cleveland pitcher. Boston down the White Sox 7-1 in the first game to take over first place in the American League. Lonborg went all the way for his 17th win. And Siebert takes strike 3, call at the knees. So it's a quickie. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 2, the score is Minnesota 1 and Cleveland 1. This is Merle Harmon with Herb Carneal and Halsey Hall at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium. And Dean Chance is leading off with the Twins in the top of the third. Into the windup is Sonny Siebert, and the right-hander throws. And Chance hits a ground ball right down to Tony Horton at first, and he makes the put out on assistant. 1 out. That'll bring up Rod Carew, who grounded out in the first inning. Rod is still looking for his first hit tonight. The Indians got a run in the first without a hit. Then the Twins did some fancy base running in the second inning to tie the game. Oliva scored on Killebrew's single to left. Here's the pitch to Carew, and it's a fastball strike at the belt. Ted Eulander will be up next. Tomorrow, Steve Hargan will get the call for the Indians, and Jim Cott will be pitching for the Twins. Siebert throws, and Carew slams one foul down the left field side into the seats. No balls, 2 strikes. The Twins have 1 run and 3 hits. The Indians 1 run and no hits. Twins won the opener 6-5 in 10 innings. Ron Klein got the win in relief. 4 fine innings of relief work for Ron. Next pitch to Carew, and he backs away. It almost got him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Indians have Horton at first, Fuller at second, Brown at short, and Alvis at third. They figure this infield is going to go quite a long time for them now. They're pretty well set. 1-2 pitch, high and outside. They're especially pleased with Horton, who's only 21 years old. Going into the doubleheader tonight, he was hitting .300. He didn't hit a lick for about 10 days after joining the Indians, and everybody was saying, oh boy, the Indians gave up Gary Bell, and what did they get? Well, they got Horton and Demeter, and both have been very valuable to the Indians. 2-2 pitch. Change up, foul down. That one nailed Askew on the foot. Tigers lead Kansas City 3-0 in the 8th inning, and Lindblad has come on to work for the Athletics. Two balls, 2 strikes. Siebert throws, and Carew hits a shot on the ground to the shortstop. Brown has it, flips over to first for the out. Well, it was a little more than a flip. But anyway, he got it over there in time. Ted Eulander had a base hit in the first inning to extend his hitting string to 12 consecutive ball games. Sonny Siebert goes into the motion and throws. High and tight, ball 1. Cardinals and the Dodgers are playing a doubleheader in Los Angeles tonight. In the first game, no score in the last of the 4th inning. Bill Singer is pitching for the Dodgers against Larry Jaster for St. Louis. Eulander takes a fastball outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Eulander. 2 down and nobody on, 1-1 in the 3rd. Askew sets the mid as a target, and the next pitch is bounced off the plate down near second, but it takes a big hop for the shortstop Brown, who throws to first to retire the side. Well, that ball jumped in the air over the mound, but Brown got a good jump and was able to grab it and throw before it could take a second bounce. 3 up and 3 down. Nothing across in the middle of the third. The Twins won and the Indians won. Well, we're all set to go now in the last half of the third inning. Lee May had stepped into the batter's box, and Chance was ready to throw, and Oliva and Eulander Tony and Ted were playing catch in the outfield. Lee May lifts the first pitch high and deep, foul down the right field line into the upper deck for strike one. Chance just took a few warm-up pitches. So Tony and Eulander were still loosening up. Nobody noticed it until the last minute. May walked and scored in the first inning. Cuts and misses, strike two. Cincinnati scored a run in the top of the fourth to lead Houston 1-0. Chance and the 0-2 pitch. Over May's head, back to the screen. That one got away. One ball and 2 strikes on Lee May. Here's the next pitch, and it's fouled down at the plate. Still 1-2. Mudcat Grant opened the first game for the Twins. Mud went 5 1/3, was not involved in the decision. May takes high, just missed with a fastball. 2-2. Mud got in trouble in the 6th inning. Jim Rowland and Jim Perry each pitched to one man. Then Ron Klein took over in the 7th and went the rest of the way through 10 innings. And the Twins won it 6-5. The loss went to John O'Donohue, who pitched the 10th for the Indians. Here's a 2-2. There's a high foul out of play. That ball was up around his chin. Two balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow we'll be on the air at 10 minutes past 12. 2-2 pitch. Ball went inside. Let's see, is that right? Or 10 minutes past 1? 10 minutes past 1, I'm sorry. When's September 1st? 3 balls and 2 strikes to May. Here's a payoff pitch, and he fouls it back out of play. At 1:10 tomorrow, Central Daylight Time, we'll be on the air with a play-by-play from Cleveland of the third game of this series. Again, the 3-2 pitch. And it's outside, and May walks for the second time. That's 3 walks off Chance. And Davalillo comes up, and he had a free ticket in the first. Vic Davalillo, a left-handed batter. Chance goes to the belt. Here's the pitch. There's a smash into left center field. After it is Eulander, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Ted has been very busy tonight in the outfield. He had lots of plays in the first game, including one in which he robbed Leon Wagner of a home run that would have won the game for the Indians. In the 7th, Ted went to the right center field fence, leaped high in the air against the fence, and caught the ball that was headed for home run territory. Now the batter is Chuck Hinton. He takes a strike at the waist. Chance checks the runner, Lee May. In comes the pitch, and Hinton hits a bouncing ball to second. Carew has it to Hernandez, 1, back to first, 2, double play. That retires the side. So, in the third, 3 up and 3 down as it turns out. And at the end of 3, the score is Minnesota 1 and Cleveland 1. For the Twins in the 4th inning, Cesar Tovar will lead off, to be followed by Tony Oliva and then Harmon Killebrew. Tovar hit into a double play in the 1st inning on a hit-and-run play. Hit the ball up the middle, and Brown, who was going to second to cover on the runner going down, was standing right on the bag when the ball got to him, and he had an easy double play. Sonny Siebert goes into the windup, and here's the pitch. Tovar takes it high, ball 1. Detroit is beating Kansas City 3-0 in the first game of a... Maybe that is one game. First game of a doubleheader? One game, single game. Here's the next pitch, strike call, fastball, 1-1. We do have a lot of doubleheaders tonight, though. Boston playing 2 at Chicago. California was scheduled for 2 at Baltimore, but rain stopped action there. New York is playing a doubleheader at Washington. Tovar fouls the next pitch back. It's 1-2. The Pirates are playing at Twin Philadelphia. St. Louis for 2 at Los Angeles. The A's are now batting in the last of the 9th inning, and the Tigers lead 3-0. Behind John Hiller, the rookie, who is about to win his 2nd straight. The 1-2 pitch. Ball, it's high, 2-2. The Twins have 1 run and 3 hits. And there's a high fly ball to left field, which should be easy for Lee May. He's camped under it. He's got it. 1 out. Tony Oliva singled and scored on a Killebrew single. And the second. He was moving on the pitch, and Killebrew belted one to left field. Lee May made the pickup, juggled the ball slightly. He turned to pick it up, threw to second, thinking Killebrew would be going there, but instead Killebrew was holding at first, and Oliva was running around third and scoring. One out and nobody on. Here's the pitch to Oliva. He fouls it back for strike 1. One out and nobody on. 4th inning, 1-1 ball game. Joe Askew giving the sign. Now Oliva calls time and steps out of the batter's box. Sonny Siebert, taking a lot of time between pitches, is ready now. In comes the delivery, and it's high for a ball. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. The pitch in the dirt, back to the screen. 2-1. Boston slammed out 16 hits in that first game against the White Sox, winning it 7-1 for Lonberg's 17th victory. Peters was shelled off in the 2nd inning, took his 7th loss against 14 wins. Pete Ward spoiled the shutout for Lonborg with a 9th inning homer. 2-1 offering, inside, ball 3. The second game at Chicago is underway, and Boston did not score in the first against Francisco Carlos. Lee Stang is pitching for the Red Sox. Siebert throws to Oliva. High and outside, and he's on. So Tonio goes to first. The initial walk given up by Sonny Siebert, and the batter is Harmon Killebrew. Harm singled to left and knocked in a run in the second inning. One out and one on for the Twins. Tony Horton plays the inside of the bag to Tony Oliva. Askew with a sign. Oliva moves off at first. Here's the pitch to Killebrew. Check swing and the pitch is in there. Strike one called. Bob Allison is out with a pulled hamstring, but he did appear in the first game as a pinch hitter. No balls, one strike. The Twins will be home to open a stand Monday night. Killebrew swings and fouls the next pitch off. 0-2. Next weekend, the Detroit Tigers will be at the Met. That should be a battle royal. The check of the runner. And the pitch. Down he goes, high and tight. Just got out of the way. Score tied at 1-1. The Indians got their run without a hit in the first inning. On 2 walks, an error, and a wild pitch by Dean Chance. Siebert steps in on the rubber. Now glances over at Oliva. The pitch is fouled back into the upper deck, and the count stays the same. Hank Bauer's Baltimore Orioles will invade the Met Monday night and will be in town for 4 days. Night games Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and a day game on Thursday. One ball and 2 strikes. Killebrew the batter. Oliva at first, and 1 out in the 4th inning. Sonny Siebert, big, strong right-hander, is ready. Kicks and throws, and Killebrew fouls it off on the first base side. Detroit beat Kansas City 3-0 on a 6-hitter by John Hiller, and Chuck Dobson took the loss. 12,016, the attendance, not bad.
Can you imagine that? That's amazing.
They've been drawing about 7 or 8 or something like that. Well, those fans respond when those ball players are involved, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Big turnout for the team at the airport. Here's the next pitch to Killebrew, and he struck him out swinging. Now there are 2 down in the 4th, and the batter will be Valdespino. Just threw the Kansas City score away. Wait till Herb tries to do the scoreboard, though. Sandy Valdespino is up. Grounded out of the 2nd inning. Here's the stretch by Siebert. Throws over to first, and Oliva is back. Sandy grounded out of the 2nd. Little left-handed batter. The White Sox didn't score in the 1st inning, so the Red Sox are batting in the 2nd.
0-0. Throw to first. Oliva's back. Two out, one on. Score tied 1-1 in the fourth. Twins won the opener 6-5 in 10 innings. Throw to first. Oliva's back. Halsey, I think we have a new champion for time consumed between pitches.
Well, Siebert, Sonny usually is slow at that. Chance is one of the fastest. Yeah, it's just an hour now into the fourth inning. That isn't too bad.
Siebert leans in to take the sign. Goes to the belt, and here's the pitch. Ball a tie up around his head. 1 ball and no strikes. Jerry Zimmerman will be up next if Sandy can keep it going here. The Indians scored in the first, and the Twins came back to tie it in the second. Oliva takes his lead. Horton standing right on the bag. Here's the next pitch. A swing and a miss. 1-1.
What Siebert does that slows things up, too, is the fact he takes several steps forward after the pitch. He's way off the hill. Then he has to walk back. It's a habit.
1 ball and 1 strike to Valdespino. Tony O takes the lead. Down rides the pitch, and it's inside. Throw to first by Askew, and Oliva is back. Horton applying the tag, but too late. Two balls, 1 strike. Siebert checks the runner. Delivers, and Sandy swings and misses. Strike 2. Cardinals and Dodgers are scoreless after 5 in Los Angeles in the first game of a doubleheader. Check of the runner. 2-2 pitch. Foul back to the right of the plate. Still 2-2. Philadelphia got 3 in the fourth in that second game and now leads the Pirates 5-0 in the 5th inning. Phillies won the opener 2-0 for Jim Bunning. Siebert looks at first. Throws. Valdespino fouls it down. That one nailed Askew on the bare hand, but he's all right.
Pretty soon Siebert's going to be playing as if somebody bunted just on his follow-through. Boy, he comes up quite a distance. Trying to give you the picture.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Askew sets him as a target. Down comes the pitch, and Valdespino bounces one to the shortstop. Larry Brown makes a running pickup and throw to first to retire the side. So it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left in the middle of the 4th inning. It's still the Twins 1 and the Indians 1. Tony Horton leads off for the Indians in the last of the 4th and bounces a first pitch foul right over the third base dugout into the stand. Horton got owned by an error in the 1st inning. Big right-handed batting first baseman. Chance delivers high and inside for a ball, and he spins him out of there. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Dean's parents are here from Wooster, Ohio, watching the game this evening.
1-1 pitch to Horton. A little high for a ball to make it 2-1. Or if you're a Bostonian, it'd be Worcester. It's Worcester in Ohio? Worcester? Worcester. Quite a town. There's a bouncing ball to the shortstop. Cut off by Tovar. Throws to first. Out. Close play. One out. Max Alvis the batter now. Max struck out in the first inning. The Twins are leading by a score of, or rather, the Twins won the first game 6-5. This game is tied at 1-1 in the fourth. And the pitch to Alvis. Strike one call. Chance delivers. Check swing and a foul down. 0-2 the count. The Cardinals scored a run in the top of the sixth inning against the Dodgers to lead 1-0. Game now in the last half of the sixth in Los Angeles. No balls, 2 strikes. Chance throws, and Alvis goes down swinging. Wide breaking stuff. The second time he has nailed Alvis by the strikeout. It'll bring up Joe Askew, the Indian catcher. Chance has recorded 5 strikeouts. Veda Pinson homered for the Reds in the fifth. They're still batting, though. It's 2-0 Cincinnati over Houston. Pitch to Askew is a call strike, a fastball right through there. No balls, 1 strike. Chance throws, and Askew swings and misses. No balls, 2 strikes. Chance has got that big motion. Every once in a while, he'll put a little extra into it, as he did on that last pitch. Now Dino cranks up. Here's the pitch. He took a little off a breaking pitch and went outside. 1-2. The game deadlocked at 1-1 in the last half of the fourth inning. Here's a curve hit on the ground, foul, just outside of third, and Askew lost his bat. I wonder if that's going to become the popular thing, Halsey.
What's that?
Losing the bat or throwing the bat at the ball or letting the bat go when they swing.
Big Power used to get about 20 base hits a year that way. Remember? You remember Victor?
Oh, absolutely. He could throw the bat at the ball. 1-2 pitch. There's a smash. 1 hop to short. Taken by Hernandez. Throws to first. 1-2-3 for the Indians. Nothing across. And at the end of 4, it's Minnesota 1 and Cleveland 1. Let's see. Rich Reese is buying some farmland too, I believe, in Ohio. And Nixon has a farm in Ohio.
Yeah.
That must be pretty good ground, huh?
Nixon does.
Gene Woodley has a farm. Coach of the Orioles. Here is Zimmerman taking a pitch high for ball 1 from Sonny Siebert. 1 ball and no strikes. Zimmy grounded out on the second. He'll be followed by Jackie Hernandez and then Dean Chance. Sonny Siebert has given up 1 run and 3 hits. He starts his windup, and here's the pitch. Strike called at the letters. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Jose Askew behind the plate, gives the sign. Siebert is ready and delivers.
Change curve, and he got it over, strike 2 call. How many people have a 1938 or 37 Rolls Royce convertible?
Who has that?
Dean Chance.
No kidding. 38 or 9, huh?
It's in the late 30s, anyway. Yeah, it runs. There's a 1-2 pitch, and he struck him out swinging.
I guess those cars run forever, don't they, those rolls?
Jack Hernandez is the batter. Popped up in the second inning. One out. Nobody on. Score tied 1-1 in the 5th inning. The Twins took the opener 6-5. The game went 10 innings. Twins got 2 in the 10th. The Indians got 1. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. It's a strike called.
There's a welcome to a Stauffer baseball party out there. Well, that's smart work on the part of who runs the board. Mr. Stauffer owns the ball club.
Here's the next pitch. Bouncer foul outside at third, and it's 0-2. Reminds me of that deal of a young executive who became president of the huge corporation at the age of 25. Thanks, Dad.
Oh, I see.
No balls, 2 strikes. Hernandez takes the next pitch outside. 1-2. Twins are batting in the 5th. The game is tied at 1-1. Sonny Siebert and Dean Chance in a pitcher's battle. Siebert delivers, and it's low and outside. Ball 2 and strike 2. Siebert walks to the back of the mound. Looks like a golf pro sizing up a shot.
That's a good description. And he is a pretty good golfer, too. That's where Harrelson shines.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a high fly ball to left field. Back goes Lee May. He's getting under it, and he has it. 2 guns. Dean Chance comes up. Well, I have to say, Harrelson shines pretty good in the negotiating department as of tonight.
That's right.
Chance grounded out in the 3rd inning. Siebert, the right-hander, delivers. Chance had shortened a bunt. The pitch went outside. Ball 1. Sure like to see Dean get a base hit because his parents are here, and I don't know if they've ever seen him get a base hit or not. The next pitch is inside. Knocks him out of there.
Folks here,
They're seated right down behind home plate here. 2 balls, no strikes. In fact, how many people have ever seen him get a base hit?
well, no one at the Met. He made his hits in Boston.
The windup by Siebert. Here's the pitch. And it hit him. Chance is hit in the leg. He runs down to first. He yells something out to Siebert, who answers him. So Chance is on, hit by a pitch. That's what happens when you have a reputation as a power hitter.
Keep an eye out here. Is Siebert going over to talk to Chance or to talk to his first baseman? He's going over to talk to Chance, and the first baseman's pushing him back.
Well, people are starting to come out of the dugout slowly. And Frank Umont, just like a conductor telling his choir to sing quietly, waves the Indians back to the dugout and now points a finger at the Indian dugout. So Chance is hit in the leg. He's on at first, and the batter is Rod Carew.
A couple of times they might have thrown close on purpose because of Chance throwing that ball over May's head. They decked Killebrew, but you never know because pitcher has a right to lose one once in a while. What are all these pigeons flying around for?
They're Cleveland pigeons getting ready for the brawl. Here's the stretch by Siebert. The check over at first. And the pitch to Carew. Strike, it's called a fastball, waist high. Rod is 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice. Score is deadlocked, 1-1 in the fifth. The Twins won the first game, 6-5. Well, Siebert walking over toward first, if he had any action in mind, was certainly thinking it over because he was going over there ever so slowly.
Horton just pushed him on the chest backward.
He almost pushed him down. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ooh, under his chin. And Carew looks out toward the mound.
I hope this isn't going to develop into one of these things now.
Larry Knapp steps out in front of the plate to cool things off.
See how many bases on balls. He's only walked one man. He hasn't been really wild. I just hope this doesn't develop into a throwing contest.
1 ball and 1 strike to Carew. Siebert studies the sign. There are 2 down in the 5th inning. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Ball is high, 2-1. Now Askew goes out to talk to Siebert. Two and one. Two down, chance at first. 1-1 in the 5th inning. Here's the stretch by Siebert. Down rides the pitch. There's a foul ball down the left field side, out of play. 2-2. The first game went 10 innings, and the Twins won it 6-5, scoring 2 runs in the 10th, and the Indians came back on a home run by Askew in the last half of the 10th. To make it close, Ronnie Klein worked the last 4 innings in relief to pick up the victory. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Carew. Rod belts it foul into the seats down behind third base. As he comes to the plate this time, Rod is batting .296. He was hitting an even .300 when he departed for his 2 weeks duty with the Marines. Two balls, 2 strikes. Chance at first and 2 down. Siebert looks in for the sign. Right-hander throws, curve in the dirt. Ball 3 and strike 2, and Chance can take off for the next pitch. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the stretch. The runner goes. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to the shortstop. Taken by Larry Brown. Throws over to first for the out. Other side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. In the middle of the 5th inning, at the halfway point of the ball game, the score is Minnesota 1 and Cleveland 1.
This game coming through the courtesy of the Twins, the broadcast rights purchased for the first game also by the Ham Brewing Company of Minnesota and by WCCO Radio for your private enjoyment. Must obtain the written consent of the Twins for any reuse. Now, Larry Knapp, the plate umpire, went out and warned Chance about any continuance of this seeming enmity. And here's the first batter into the dirt, ball 1. It's Vern Fuller. He struck out in the second inning. Then Cal Irmer came out to protest to Larry Knapp about warning Chance. And Knapp gave Cal a little bit of a lecture, and we're all settled down. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Too low. 2-0. It'll be interesting to see if Chance throws at Siebert. But he's been warned. And I just hope nothing develops. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3. The score is 1-1. It's the last half of the 5th inning. The Twins have 3 hits. The Indians have none. The pitch, way up high, ball 4. That's Chance's 4th base on balls. He has struck out 5. Larry Brown. Will he be bunting or swinging? Chance takes his base man on base stance. Knapp's raising his hands. Now he signals to pitch. And here he comes. Strike called, a flaming fastball outside corner. Brown, a right-handed batter, pretty well down on the end of the bat. The Twins play him straight away, except that Eulander is shading toward left field from his center field spot. Brown, his left foot forward quite a bit. The pitch. An attempted bunt, and he missed. Strike 2. Larry didn't like the call. Larry Brown and Larry Knapp. No one out. The walking Fuller on first base. A 1-1 ball game, last of the 5th. Here in this huge municipal stadium. We don't have the attendances yet. Chance leans forward, arms to the belt, and the pitch. Outside, ball 1, 1-2. Dean turns and faces center field. Taps the rubber with his left foot, steps back on. Here we go. Strike 3 swinging. He gave him the change-up curve. And it's 6 strikeouts. 4 of them have been swung. Sonny Siebert. Sonny wears a protective helmet with the ear flaps down across his left cheek, you know, like Earl Batty does, and Boswell and others. Chance in his stance. Siebert, a right-handed batter, about a foot away from the plate, and they play him even. Tovar is coming way in at third base, figuring the possibility of a sacrifice bunt. Chance pitches. He does bunt. Chance is making the play at second base, and he gets him. Siebert trying to sacrifice, forces Fuller at second. Chance to Hernandez. Six chances for Jackie already at shortstop. 2 and 4. Bringing up the dangerous Lee May. He has walked in both appearances. So there are 2 out. The forcing Siebert at first. If you just joined us, it's 1-1 in the last half of the 5th inning. Chance ready. Coming in. Inside. Ball 1. May has a good eye. Larry Knapp looks at the ball, returns it to Dino. Now with May up, Carew goes back to the edge of the grass. Everyone's about in normal position. The pitch. A swinging strike on a changeup. Chance's changeup is really a curve. And he has a curve that he throws faster and which breaks down. And he has a slider. That's probably the slider. 1-1. Chance to the set. Coming in. A foul. 2 strikes. Boston and Chicago scoreless going into the third. Lee crouches slightly from his left-handed stance. Chance ready. The pitch. A foul fly down the left field line. Still 2 strikes. And the ball. They've taken that ball off on the scoreboard, but the first pitch, as I saw it, was inside. Maybe the light just went out on the 1 out there. The clock has stopped, been stopped all night. Chance ready. Here he comes. Inside. Ball 2. 2-2. That was it. The 1 was out, I guess, because the board shows 2-2 now. Two outs. Siebert on first. And the pitch. Foul ball down the right field line. Baltimore postponed, yet they're playing in Washington and Philadelphia. Although New York was rained out, too. Kenny Kimball, our engineer, is from Baltimore. It's been an unusually wet year, hasn't it, Kenny? He's nodding his head. Baltimore is a very wet town in more ways than one. Chance ready, and the pitch. A foul ball back into the press box. Still 2-2. Dean hasn't had to throw this many balls to a batter in quite a while. Now he's back in, taps the plate. Dean bends forward slightly. Here we come. A foul ball back. Stop me if you've heard this one. 2-2. Chance is very fast tonight. He has much better stuff than he had in Detroit. Coming in, a line drive into right field. Can Tony get it? Yes, he does. That's the closest to a hit they've come. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on. The score at the end of 5 full innings. Minnesota 1 and Cleveland 1. 5 full innings. A 1-1 ball game and a strange contrast of pitchers. The rapidly working Dean Chance and the deliberate Sonny Siebert. Every man to his own habits. Remember, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be with you at 1:10 Central Daylight Time. The game starts at 2:15 here tomorrow afternoon and also on Sunday. Ted Eulander will lead off. Ted has one of the 3 Twins hits. And a man who's always ready with a hit, Herb Carnew.
Well, thank you, Halsey, and hi again, everybody. Ted Eulander, 1 for 2, facing Sonny Siebert. The right-hander winds. Here's the pitch. A curve outside for ball 1. 1-1. The Twins with a run on 3 hits and 1 error. The Indians, 1 run, no hits, and no errors. Tovar on deck and Oliva to follow. Here's the windup by Siebert, and the pitch on the way to Ted. It's a strike call, 1-1. Siebert has walked 1 and struck out 2. The right-hander delivers. The curveball swung on a bounding ball wide of first. Horton grabs it, runs to the bag, and he wins. Close race, but Horton got there to make the play. 1 away in the Twins' 6th inning, and that'll ring up Tovar, who's hit into a short to first double play and fly to left. One out, nobody on. Score tied 1-1 in the first half of the 6th inning. Siebert delivers. Fastball over for a strike. 0-1. Let's see, the Red Sox and the White Sox now in the last of the third. Chicago batting. No score in the second game. Lee Stang against Cisco Carlos. Boston took the first game 7-1. One strike, the count here to Tovar. Sonny Siebert into the windup, and the pitch on the way. Fastball a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees are leading Washington 2-1. Washington batting in the 8th inning. Steve Hamilton relieved Joe Verbanek, the starter. Yankees won the first game 7-5. Stottlemyre won his 13th game. Here's the pitch. Sidearm breaking ball is half cut on and fouled out of play over by the Cleveland dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tony Oliva on deck. Fastball is lined to left. A solid base hit for Tovar. Lee May up with the ball, and Caesar takes a big turn and holds on. That's the Twins' 4th hit, the first one they've had since the second inning when Killebrew singled and Oliva scored all the way from first. Now Oliva up with a single and a base on ball. Siebert has won 6 and lost 10, although he's pitched a lot better than that record would lead you to believe. His earned run average is way under 3 a game. He's been a 16-game winner the last 2 years. Maybe some of the folks up around might not remember Sonny when he was up there 6 or 7 years ago, and he was playing the outfield. Went to the University of Missouri, played a lot of first base in college. Fastball is high, ball 1. He's got a great arm. Been suffering with dizzy spells since he had an attack of the flu back in June. And physicians think that the virus affected his inner ear. They think that the dizzy spells gradually will go away. And they've been using him in relief here lately. He hasn't started for a while. Fastball is foul, back out of play. 1-1. The White Sox didn't score in the third inning, so it's 0-0 at the end of 3 in the second game. Right here, it's all tied, 1-1 in the first half of the 6th. The Twins have Tovar on first, 1 away. Siebert leading in to take the sign from Joe Askew. And the pitch. It's high for the ball. 2-1. Two and 1 to Tony O. Harmon Killebrew on deck. Tony Horton holding with Tovar at first. Go to first and he dives back. Siebert made a good move over there. There's a line drive to right, a base hit. Ball played on a bounce by Hinton. Tovar trying to go to third. Here's the throw, cut off. And Tovar goes in head first. Runners at first and third. as Oliva lines a solid base hit to right field, so he's 2 for 2. And 4 for 6 in the doubleheader. The Twins now with runners at the corners and 1 out, and Harmon Killebrew coming up. Harmon is singled, struck out. In the second inning, when Oliva led off with a single to center, the count went to 2-2 on Harmon. Oliva went with the pitch. Harmon lined one to left for a base hit. The left fielder, Lee May, momentarily juggled the ball, and Oliva never stopped running, and he came all the way home on the single. Harmon credited with a run batted in, his 87th of the year. Infield playing up about halfway now for Cleveland. Siebert throws to first, and they almost had him picked off. That was close. Oliva just got back. Harmon has had 5 hits in his last 7 official times at bat. He homered his last time up yesterday at Detroit. In the first game of this doubleheader, he was 3 for 4. 2 singles, a triple, and also a walk. And is 1 for 2 in this game. Sonny Siebert working out of the stretch, looks to first and delivers. A breaking ball is chopped foul to the left. 1 strike. Red Sox did not score in the 4th. 0-0 after 3 1/2. Siebert's pitch, a curve, swung on and missed. 0-2 to Harmon. Siebert has him 2 strikes with runners at first and third and 1 away. And the on-deck batter is Sandy Valdespino. Here's the stretch by the right-hander, the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, foul back out of play. The count holds at 2 strikes. We'll get a station break in here in just a moment. 2 strikes to Harmon Killebrew. Here's the stretch by Siebert. The right-hander delivers, and it's just outside of the curve. I mean, that was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plate umpire Larry Knapp signals the ball was outside. Tovar leading at third, Oliva at first. 1 man is out, and the score is tied 1-1 in the top of the 6th. Here's the stretch. In comes the pitch to Harmon. A high fastball, and it's 2-2. All even on the count. Siebert has given up 5 hits. He's walked 1, hit 1, struck out 2. The stretch by Siebert, the look to first, and the pitch on the way. Curve just outside again. A full count to Killebrew. Siebert's thrown a lot of pitches. He's already thrown over 100 in the game, and he's not through the 6th inning yet. Walked 1, hit 1, struck out 2, allowed 5 hits. Full count here to Harmon Killebrew, and Siebert backs off the rubber. Oliva's trotting to second, and they may have called a balk here on Siebert. Tovar is going to score. Adcock is coming out to protest the call. I'm not exactly sure what Siebert did. He took some kind of a hitch in his delivery. He was getting ready to go into the stretch and stepped off the rubber. And a big argument now going on at home plate as Joe Adcock is out there. Larry Knapp says he didn't properly step off the rubber, that he had made his motion to throw to the plate and then stepped off the rubber. So the balk is called. Tovar has scored. Oliva goes to second, and the Twins lead 2-1. And this is the play-by-play broadcast of the Minnesota Twins.
Good neighbor to the Northwest Studios, Minneapolis, St. Paul at 830 WCCO.
North Central Airlines is up to something new. New jet-powered speed. New jet-smooth comfort. North Central now offers Convair 580 prop jet service daily in the Midwest. For Convair 580 reservations, call your travel agent or North Central Airlines.
72 degrees in the Twin Cities, 7 minutes past 10 o'clock.
Joe Adcock, the Cleveland manager, has gone back to the dugout, but Sonny Siebert is still up at the plate there arguing with Larry Knapp. And apparently Knapp ruled that Siebert had made a motion to make his delivery and then stepped off the rubber. So it's a balk charged to Sonny Siebert as he had made his motion to deliver to the plate and then stepped off the rubber. So it goes as a balk. And the Twins take a 2-1 lead. The count to Killebrew now is 3-2. They're going to put him on with first base now open. Harmon will get an intentional walk. So we'll have runners at first and second. And Sandy Valdespino will be up. Sandy has grounded to second, grounded to short. Two on, one out. Twins leading 2-1 in the first half of the sixth inning. Siebert still arguing. He was on the rubber and he stepped off, and then he yelled something up to Knapp as if to say, "That's what I did before." But Knapp says, "Nope, not quite." Here's the stretch again, and a pitch on the way to Sandy. Fastball outside, ball one. Here's the stretch by Siebert. And the pitch. Breaking ball is wrapped foul outside of first. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 to count. Oliva leading at second. Killebrew at first. The stretch by Sonny Siebert. Here comes the pitch. Fastball strike on the inside corner. 1-2. That looks like Don Demeter starting to warm up. You know, he's, of course, is an outfielder, but he had requested a chance to pitch if an emergency arose. And here's a swing and a miss by Sandy at a curveball. Valdespino strikes out. 3 strikeouts for Siebert. And now Jerry Zimmerman, who has grounded a second on a fine play by Vern Fuller back in the second inning to rob him of a hit. Zimmy struck out in the 5th. Two on and 2 out. The Twins lead the Indians 2-1 in the first half of the 6th inning. Pitch is outside for ball one. Siebert takes the sign. Killebrew at first, Oliva at second, 2 out. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Fastball is popped foul up to the right and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the stretch. The pitch on the way. Outside. 2-1. A single game tomorrow. 1:10 for the broadcast. Jim Cott goes against Steve Hargan. Siebert to the set, delivers. A half swing, but it's ruled a ball by Larry Knapp. The count goes to 3-1 to Jerry Zimmerman. Three and one with 2 on, 2 out. 1 run in for the Twins. Siebert into his stretch, looks back to second. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike, a fastball in letter high, a full count. In the National League, the Cardinals trail the Dodgers 2-1. The Dodgers lead them as the Cardinals come up in the ninth against Bill Singer. Jester and LeMahieu pitch for the Cardinals. Cincinnati is leading Houston 2-0 after 7 at the Astrodome. Pinson is homered. Mel Queen relieved by Abernathy now in the 8th, so Houston may be doing something. Don Wilson for the Astros. Here's a stretch by Sonny Siebert, and the payoff delivered to Zimmy. Swing and a foul tip, he's out. Askew hung onto the ball. 4 strikeouts for Siebert. The Twins get 1 run from 2 hits and leave 2 on. So we go to the last of the 6th inning. The Twins 2 and the Indians 1. Here come the Indians for the last of the 6th inning. Vic Davalillo will lead off. He's walked and fly to center. Atlanta at San Francisco tonight. Phil Niekro against Juan Marichal, who's going after win number 15. The Braves didn't score in the first inning. Cubs at New York rained out of a single game tonight. Dean Chance delivers to Davalillo, and it's outside for ball 1. Philadelphia beat Pittsburgh 2-0 in the first game at Philadelphia. 6-hitter for Jim Bunning, his 14th win to beat Tommy Sisk. Phillies lead the nightcap 6-1 after 7 innings. One ball and no strikes to Davalillo. Hinton on deck. Horton to follow. Here's the windup and the pitch. Fastball poked back to the mound. Grabbed by Dean Chance, and he throws Davalillo out. Pitcher to first to play. 1 down, and Chuck Hinton coming up. He has struck out, hit into a second short first double play. First game all over in Los Angeles. The Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1, although the Cardinals out-hit them 9-5. Bill Singer got the win and Jaster the loss. 2-1 the Dodgers over the Cardinals in the first game. There's a strike on the outside corner. Oh, and 1 to Chuck Hinton. He had 3 hits in the first game tonight. Chance into the windup, delivers. Curve high, 1-1. And the pitch. Fastball, foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twins leading 2-1 in the last of the 6th inning as Chance winds a pitch to Hinton. Curve outside. The count levels off at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball outside, full count. 3-2 to Chuck Hinton, a right-handed batter with 1 out and nobody on here in the last of the 6th inning. Chance okays the sign, winds up the payoff delivered to Hinton. Low, high and inside, he goes down to take a base on balls. So it's 5 walks given up by Dean Chance. And Tony Horton, the first baseman, will be up. He reached on an error by Tovar in the 1st inning, grounded out to Cesar in the 4th. One on and 1 out. Twins won the first game 6-5 in 10 innings, leading this one 2-1 here in the 6th. Horton hits a high foul back out of play. 1 strike. Max Alvis on deck. Four and a half innings at Chicago in the 2nd game. Red Sox and White Sox are scoreless. There's a swing and a miss by Horton at a sweeping curveball down and away from him. 0-2 to the Indians' first baseman. Chance delivers. Breaking ball hit back to the mound. Chance throws to second. Out there. Relay to first. Double play. 1-4-3. Chance, Carew to Killebrew. And so, nothing across for Cleveland. At the end of 6, the Twins 2 and the Indians 1. Jackie, who's been taking over the shortstop spot the last few games, 0 for 2 in this one. He's popped to first and fly to left. Detroit beat Kansas City tonight in the American League's only scheduled single game, 3-0. The 2nd consecutive shutout for rookie John Hiller, a 6-hitter. He beat Chuck Dobson. And all the Tiger runs were the result of solo home runs. Dick McAuliffe, Bill Freehan, and Ed Matthews. They had over 12,000 at Kansas City for that one. California at Baltimore rained out of a doubleheader. The Red Sox beat the White Sox 7-1 in the first game, scoreless after 4.5 in the second. Yankees beat the Senators 7-5 in the first one, lead them 2-1, with the Senators batting in the 9th inning of the second game. Right-handed batting Jackie Hernandez at the plate now with Sonny Siebert on the mound for Cleveland. The wind-up, and here's the pitch. Fastball, foul back, 1 strike. Well, the White Sox just broke through and put one on the scoreboard. A home run for Ken Berry off Lee Stang. So the White Sox lead 1-0 and are batting in the 5th inning. A homer for Ken Berry. Bunted at and missed. The next pitch by Jackie Hernandez, strike 2. The only run the Red Sox got in the first game off Jim Lonborg was a 9th inning homer by Pete Ward. Lonborg pitched a 7-hitter for his 17th win of the year to beat Gary Peters. And the 2-strike delivered to Jackie Hernandez is a half swing, and he missed. He tried to check his swing, but couldn't stop it. So Siebert has fanned 3 in a row now, and 5 in the game. He didn't have any strikeouts for 3 1/3 innings. So he's gotten all 5 in the last 2 2/3 innings. Dean Chance up, has grounded to first and been hit by a pitch. The Indians thought Dean had knocked down a couple of their batters, and Siebert hit Dean on the leg in the 5th inning. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes. The windup and the pitch. Bunted at and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Yankees have completed their sweep of the Senators. They won the second game 2-1 after winning the first one 7-5. Joe Verbanek got the win over Bobby Humphries. 16,790 at DC Stadium. Pitch is low. Dean got around in a bunting position. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Twins leading here 2-1 in the top of the 7th. 1 out and nobody on. The windup by Sonny Siebert. The right-hander delivers. Fastball is bounced foul off to the right. 2-2. Siebert kicks and throws. Curveball is bunted down the first baseline. Chance is out at first. Siebert flips the ball to Horton. 1-3 the play. Siebert to Horton to get Dean Chance. 2 down, and the batter will be Rod Carew, who has gone 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times to third and twice to short. Carew was heading to the plate. Now he's gone back to the dugout. Two out and nobody on. Foul ball down behind the plate, 1 strike. They play Rod a little the opposite way in the outfield. Give him most of straightaway right field. They're playing him like a left-handed pull hitter. Takes a fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The White Sox leading Boston now 1-0 at the end of 5 on Ken Berry's home run. Siebert kicks and throws. A curveball and a beauty. A strike. 1-2. Good overhand curve. We'll be with you tomorrow at 1:10, also on Sunday for the single games. Tomorrow it's Jim Cott against Steve Hargan. And the pitch. Fastball is lined through the box and into center. A base hit for Rod Carew. And he's going to try for 2. Davalillo throw to second. Gets away from the shortstop. Larry Brown trying to cover. And Rod Carew put on a burst of speed as he rounded first. And legged what looked like a single into a double. Rod's first hit in a doubleheader, although he's hit several balls pretty sharply. Hit that one just to the right of second base and caught Davalillo, playing him over towards left center. As we told you, they were playing him more like a right-handed pull hitter. Davalillo had to run a long way to his left to get the ball, and Rod turned on the speed to get a 2-base hit. Hit number 6 for the Twins, and here's Ulander. Ted 1 for 3, a single. He's hit in 12 games in a row. Rod Carew's 17th double of the year. Fastball in for a strike to Ulander. 0-1. The Twins leading the Indians 2-1 in the top of the 7th. Curveball swung on and missed, and the bat goes flying out of Ted's hands. He's lost control of that bat about 3 times tonight. 0-2 the count. In the National League, the Braves scored 2 in the second, lead the Giants 2-0 after 1.5. Necro against Marichal. Cincinnati leading Houston 2-1 going into the 9th inning at the Astrodome. The stretch by Siebert. 2-strike delivery. The curveball hit on the ground a second. Vern Fuller in front of it. Throws to Horton at first for the out. And the side's retired. For the Twins in the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, 6.5 innings. The Twins 2 and the Indians 1. Well, the folks here settling back for the old 7th inning stretch. Max Alvis, who has struck out twice on breaking pitches, facing Dean Chance, Askew, and Fuller to follow. Here's a windup by Dean. The first pitch to Alvis. Swing and a miss. 1 strike. Chance has struck out 6. Giving up 5 walks. Here's the pitch. Fastball, check swing foul. Back to the stands, it's 0-2. Joe Askew on deck. Vern Fuller to follow here in the last of the 7th inning. The Twins leading 2-1 over the Indians. The windup by Chance, and here's the pitch. Strike 3 call. Number 7 for Dean Chance. The 3rd time he's gotten Alvis. And now we pause 10 seconds. This is where you hear the Minnesota Twins during the 1967 Major League season.
Your good neighbor to the northwest with studios, St. Paul, Minneapolis 830, WCCO, 72 degrees, 27 minutes before 11.
St. Louis to Los Angeles. Al Jackson will pitch the second game for the Cardinals. Jim Brewer for the Dodgers. Dodgers won the first game 2-1. Askew up, and he takes the pitch outside for ball 1. One out, nobody on. The Indians scored in the first inning on 2 walks, an error, and a wild pitch. And the pitch from Dean Chance. Askew at the ground ball to short. Up with it is Jackie Hernandez. Throw to first, 2 away. Short the first, Askew. Grounds out, 2 down, and Vern Fuller, the second baseman, is due up, but I don't think he's going to bat. He had been called out on strikes and walked. Manager Joe Adcock is calling him back to the dugout. Looks like Freddie Whitfield coming out. Whitfield batted in the first game and grounded out. Fred Whitfield, left-handed batter, batting .219. He has 9 home runs, a total of 52 hits. 2 out and nobody on. Dean Chance into the windup, delivers to him. Outside, ball 1. The right-hander winds, a pitch to Whitfield. Swung on a bouncing ball to first, charged by Killebrew. He grabs it, makes the play himself, and the side is out. 1, 2, 3. That's all for Cleveland. At the end of 7, it's Minnesota 2 and Cleveland 1. Second baseman now for Cleveland, Pedro Gonzalez. With Vern Fuller having been left for a pinch hitter. Gonzalez now playing second. And the Twins leading now with 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Cleveland 1 run, no hits, and no errors at the end of 7 innings. Cesar Tovar will lead off in the 8th inning. Cesar 1 for 3, a single rather, in the 6th inning. Oliva and Killebrew to follow. Sonny Siebert, who's pitched all the way. The Red Sox didn't score in the 6th inning. White Sox leading 1-0.
Companion piece to Jones and Clages, I wonder. What is it, Coryell? What's the pitcher?
Cisco Carlos. Francisco, but they call him Cisco. Siebert delivers to Tovar. Curveball, strike. Caesar singled off a fastball in the 6th inning and eventually scored the tie-breaking run when Sonny Siebert committed a balk. The Indians heatedly disputed it, but the decision stood. And the pitch. Another curveball is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball to short. Larry Brown digs it out, throws on to first for the out. 1 away, short to first to play. Well, Halsey, I see Orlando won another game tonight.
Well,
attendance tonight is 10,519. 10519.
hear that, folks? That's the paid attendance tonight. It's 10,519.
One out, nobody on. Tony Oliva, 2 for 2 plus a walk. It's a bounding foul to the right of the plate. 1 strike. Here's the pitch. A fastball, fouled straight back. 0-2. Askew goes out to talk to Siebert. 2 strikes to count. Boy, this is really a big stadium, isn't it?
Boy, 80-some thousand.
Change-up is outside to Oliva. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-1. The Twins ahead here. It's the first half of the 8th inning. One out, nobody on. Siebert checks the sign. Here's the windup by the right-hander, the 1-2 delivery. Change, and he struck him out. He gave him a big motion, took something off the pitch, got him swinging. 6 strikeouts for Siebert. Here's Killebrew. Harmon is single, struck out, and had an intentional walk. Well, the Phillies beat the Pirates 6-2 in the second game to sweep their doubleheader, 2-0 and 6-2. Swing and a miss by Harmon at a breaking pitch. Oh, and 1. Siebert has struck out 6, allowed 6 hits, walked 2, hit 1. Right-hander delivers a sidearm. Fastball is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked like Fred Lasher on that one, Halsey.
Yeah. It's 1 game at KCA.
That's right. That was the only single game scheduled in the American League. One rained out, doubleheader, California at Baltimore. Harmon leans away from an inside pitch, 2-1. The Reds beat Houston 2-1 tonight. Mel Queen over Don Wilson. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Siebert's pitching himself quite a baseball game, too.
He's had good stuff, and needless to say, so has Dean Chance. Boy, they really both have looked to be quite difficult to hit tonight. And the 2-2 pitch. Tie, 3-2. Two out and nobody on. 3-2. A bounding ball to short. Larry Brown can't get it. The ball's by him into left center. It'll be a base hit for Harmon. A ground ball, and Brown was playing over towards the hole. Couldn't get the ball. So Harmon now has 6 hits. His last 8 times up.
Yeah, tonight he's 5 for 7.
Homered his last time up yesterday, Detroit.
That'll boost him all right.
Sandy Valdespino has grounded to second to short and struck out. 7 hits now off Sonny Siebert. Right-hander goes to the set, delivers to Sandy. Very high with a fastball, ball 1. Pitch is low and inside. Ball 2, 2-0. Siebert's already thrown over 140 pitches.
How about Dean?
Oh, he hasn't thrown too many in the game. He threw a few in the first few innings, but have to check on those when they turn the scorebook over here. 2 ball, no strike count to Sandy. 2 out as Harmon Killebrew leads at first. Horton out holding with him with the left-handed batter up. Here's Siebert's pitch. Swing and a foul back. 2-1. You know, Talsey, talking just from the standpoint of pitching arms, you'd have to go some to beat the quartet on this Cleveland staff: McDowell, Siebert, Tiant, and Hargan.
We get Hargan and Tiant the next 2 games.
Here's the stretch by Siebert and the right-hander's pitch. Fastball, and he struck him out. Oh, wait a minute. That's 2-2. I'm sorry. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What in the world is going on in the grandstand down there?
Oh, I think people are just getting restless. Herb, I don't see any particular demonstrations.
Here's the stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball is high, 3-2. Harm Killebrew will be taken off now with 2 away. Siebert looking down to ask you for the sign. Here's the stretch, and the right-hander delivers. It is swung on a miss. A curve in the dirt. Sandy went after that one. 7 strikeouts for Siebert. For the Twins in the 8th, no runs. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the last of the 8th. The Twins 2 and Cleveland 1.
Larry Brown.
Here we go. Last of the 8th. And the Twins lead 2-1 with 7 hits and 1 error. The Tribe has 1 run, no hits, and no errors.
Larry Knapp and Dean Chance playing a little catch out there.
It looks like Siebert was going to bat. He has the bat, and no one's warming up. Of course, as you say, he's a pretty fair hitter.
Larry Brown will lead off. Dean Chance got another baseball there. Brown has grounded out and struck out. He pops a foul out of play, I believe, on the right side. Yep, it's in the box seat. 1 strike to count. Fastball over, and I want to tell you, he put some mustard on that one. 0-2, the count to Brown. Here's the windup by Dean, and the pitch on the way. Way outside and low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twins leading 2-1, the last of the 8th inning. The windup, the pitch to Brown. Low outside with a curve, 2-2. Chance has struck out how many, Halsey? 6?
7.
7. Here's the pitch. Inside, a full count. Dean was wild, especially in the early going. He's walked 5 batters altogether. Three and 2 now to Larry Brown. The windup and the payoff delivery. Swung on a ground ball, hammered out to Hernandez at short. He gobbles it up, throws to first for the out. 1 away. Brown grounds out short to first. Sonny Siebert's being called back. And Leon Wagner is coming out. Leon Wagner hit the ball pretty well in the first game tonight. In fact, one time he was robbed of a homer on a great catch by Ted Eulander. Daddy Wags had just 1 hit. 1 for 4, but he was robbed of a homer, and also one other time hit a long drive to center. So he'll be batting here for Sonny Siebert. Siebert pitched a fine game. He gave up 7 hits, struck out 7 in the 8 innings, walked 2, hit 1. A left-handed batting Leon Wagner, 247 average, takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Wags has 15 home runs, 52 RBIs. Chance delivers to him. Fastball is foul back. 1-1. Twins outfield has 3 putouts tonight. 1 for Valdespino, Eulander, and Oliva. And here's a foul back, 1-2. 1 out and nobody on. Cleveland scored in the first inning on a couple of walks, an error, and a wild pitch. 6 runners have been on, 5 walks and 1 Twins error. And Dean Chance delivers to Wagner. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. It looked like a hard slider. So that's number 8 for Dean. 2 down in the 8th inning. And now Lee May comes up. He's walked twice and lined out to Oliva. He really hit the ball hard in the 5th inning. A line shot right at Tony Oliva. Two out, nobody on. The windup and the pitch on the way. Fastball is foul back. 1 strike.
They've been going for that first pitch Dean's had just a little too much on it.
One strike. The left-hander batting, Lee May. Chance kicks and throws. Fastball backs him up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow it's Jim Cott against Steve Hargan. Broadcast time will be 1:10. Twins close out their road trip on Sunday and then start their next homestand at the Met on Monday evening against the Baltimore Orioles. And here's the pitch to May. Swing and a foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bobby Locker has come on to pitch in the 7th inning for Chicago. The White Sox were leading 1-0 at the end of 6. Now Bobby Locker has relieved the rookie, Cisco Carlos, in the 7th. The pitch here to May. Swung on a fly ball to left field. Valdespino over, makes the catch, and the side is out. 3 up, 3 down. And so at the end of 8, it's the Twins 2 and Cleveland 1.
Now on the mound for the Tribe. His 43rd game. Gee whiz, he's been in more than anyone else. He's won 7 and lost 2. 60 in the 3rd innings, 58 hits, 30 strikeouts. In spite of that good record, his earned run is 4.62. See, I think the games have all... He has started 1 game, everything else in relief. Zimmerman from Dick Reese is going to hit for Hernandez.
Jerry Zimmerman leading off. Zimmy is grounded to second and twice has struck out. Reese on deck and Chance to follow. Twins have 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The Indians 1 run, no hits and no errors. We go to the 9th inning. Pitch is outside and low, ball 1.
Culver comes sort of from the side, too, against the right-handed batsman anyway.
Here's the pitch. Low and outside for ball 2. 2-0. Twins won the first game tonight, 6-5. It went 10 innings. Twins scored 2 in the 10th, and the Indians came back with 1 on a homer by Joe Askew. The pitch to Zimmy is low for ball 3. 3-0. Our left-hander warming up. I believe that's Bob Allen throwing out in the bullpen. 3-0 the count to Jerry Zimmerman. Doyle Oversize is loosening up. He's going to go into play short here with Reese on deck to bat for Hernandez. The pitch. Outside, and Jerry Zimmerman gets a base on balls. So let's pause 10 seconds. This is where you hear the Minnesota Twins during the 1967 Major League season.
This is your good neighbor to the Northwest with studios, Minneapolis, St. Paul at 830 WCCO. 3 minutes before 11, 72 degrees.
Dick Reese. Little conference between Askew and Culver. Another boy from Ohio. And another farmer. Elvis comes over to talk to the pitcher.
Rich Reese batting 205. Batting for Hernandez, who had gone over 3, popping up, flying out, striking out. The stretch by Culver, and the right-hander delivers. The fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Rich breaks the bat and hits a bouncing ball to third. Grabbed by Alvis to throw to first for the out. On to second goes Zimmerman. And the business end of the bat went flying up over the Cleveland dugout on the first base side of the stadium and up into the stands. Rich is still holding the handle of the bat. About a foot of it.
He's limping badly, too. Did it hit somebody?
Dean Chance the bat. I don't think anybody.
I think it did. They're bending over someone there.
He looks like he's all right, though. Dean Chance takes a strike.
Oh, little boy. Yeah, they're going to dig him out, fix him up. I mean, he's all right.
Culver delivers to Dean, and it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chance is 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. Zimmerman on second now. 1 away. Twins leading 2-1 in the 9th. Swing and a miss. And a ball and 2 strikes to count.
This guy can fire.
Yeah, you could include him in the list of rubber arms on that Cleveland staff. Well, here's something not in the nature of good news. That Chicago time is called. A player has been hurt, but that's all the information we have at the moment in the White Sox-Red Sox game. Chance takes outside and low, 2-2.
Chance has not struck out tonight. Grounded out twice and been hit.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, they got him.
So he struck him out. And they're 2 down now, and the batter will be Rod Carew. Grounded out 3 times and double to center. 2-1, the Twins leading. They'd like to get Zimmy in here. The Indians will have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th hitters in their lineup in the last of the inning. Davalillo, Hinton, and Horton.
Davalillo very likely might try to bunt.
Joe Askew goes out for a quick word with George Culver. Here's the stretch by the right-hander, and the pitch. Carew takes a low sinker, ball 1. The Twins playing their 3rd doubleheader in 4 days. Leading here 2-1 in the 9th. Culver delivers a curve in for a strike, 1-1. Here's the stretch. A look to second to check Jerry Zimmerman. The pitch inside a ball. 2-1. The Twins scored in the 2nd inning tonight on a single by Oliva, and then on a 2-2 pitch to Killebrew. Tony broke for second. Killebrew single to left, and Tony scored all the way from first. In the 6th inning, singles by Tovar and Oliva, and then a balk by Sonny Siebert got the tie-breaking run in. Culver delivers a strike, a fastball in at the knees, 2-2. He's keeping the ball down. All even to Rod, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the set by the right-hander. A look to second, the pitch. And it gets by Askew. Jerry Zimmerman moving up to third.
Wild pitch.
Culver's charged with a wild pitch. So Zimmy's on third now, and it's a full count to Rod Carew. The Red Sox did not score in the seventh, despite the pitching change by the White Sox. 1-0 Chicago after 6.5. Rod Carew batting .297 for the year. Waiting on a 3-2 pitch. The windup now by Culver. The payoff delivery. A changeup is bounced down the third base line. Grabbed by Alvis, and he tags Zimmerman. Jimmy had started home because there were 2 out, but then realizing the ball was going to be fielded there by Alvis close to the bag, he tried to get back and couldn't, and Alvis tagged him out. Unassisted put out for Alvis. So on the fielder's choice, that retires the side. 1 left on for the Twins, and we go to the last of the 9th inning with a score. The Twins 2 and the Indians 1.
It's Oliver Sayers at shortstop. And Vic Davalillo leading off. Tovar playing fairly shallow at third.
Davalillo has walked fly to center and hit back to the mound. Chance delivers, and a swing and a miss at a curveball. 1 strike. The injury at Chicago was to Jerry McNerney, the White Sox catcher. He suffered a split finger and had to leave. Jerry McNerney. 1 strike here to Davalillo. Hinton on deck. Tony Horton to follow. Dean Chance delivers. Swing, ground ball. Carew over to his left, up with it. Throws the first one away. Davalillo retired, second to first. 1 down. And the batter, Chuck Hinton, is struck out, hit into a double play, started by Carew and walked. Two to 1, the Twins lead. Here's Chance's pitch to Hinton. Swing and a miss at a curveball. 1 strike.
Maybe you think there isn't tension.
The right-hander delivers. A check swing roller out towards Rod Carew. He's up for the ball. Throw to first base. Got him. 2 away. Hinton checked his swing and hit one by the mound. And there's a fellow dancing up on top of the Twins dugout. 2 out and nobody on. The only runners to get on tonight. 5 walks given up by Chance and 1 Twins error. Tony Horton, who has reached on an error, grounded to third, hit into a pitcher second, first double play. Twins leading 2 to 1, 2 out, nobody on in the last half of the 9th inning. Horton, a right-handed batter.
And everyone on both benches standing. Oh, boy.
Here's a windup at Dean, and the first pitch to Tony Horton. Swung on a high bouncing ball to third. Tovar has it over to first base, and a no-hitter for Dean Chance. A no-hitter for Dean Chance, and the Twins win the game 2 to 1 to switch the doubleheader, and Chance is being mobbed by his teammates.
Boy, oh boy, it looks like a World Series finish. Well, it's the first no-hitter since Kralik Herb, and against a hard-hitting ball club. Oh, boy. Well, pardon me. I'm afraid my breathing was quite audible to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, a no-hit game by Dean Chance against a lineup much, I would say, stronger than Kansas City. Well, I've seen quite a few no-hit games, but this was a pip. So, because of the importance of it, the summary: the Twins, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Cleveland, 1 run, no hits, and no errors. Chance going the distance, the losing pitcher, Sonny Siebert. Well, folks, how do you feel? You certainly could be pardoned if you were a little excited. We hope you'll be with us tomorrow. Remember, we'll be with you at 1:10 Central Daylight Time. 1:10 Central Daylight Time, when the Twins and Tribe get together again. Your announcers have been Herb Carneal, Merle Harmon, yours truly, Halsey Hall, and the producer, Larry Jago. The final scores, once again, before a paid crowd of 10,519. Minnesota 6, Cleveland 1 in 10 innings. Minnesota 2, Minnesota 6, Cleveland 5, I beg your pardon, in 10 innings. And Minnesota 2, Cleveland 1. CSC.
This game was brought to you by Ham's Beer. From the land of sky blue waters comes the water best for brewing. Ham's tastes best, refreshes you best glass after glass. By the 9 offices of Twin City Federal, headquarters for savings account, home loans, and home improvement loans. Twin City Federal, where the famous twin clock flashes time and temperature. By the Pure Oil Company, who reminds you to fire up with Firebird Super, the closest thing to racing gasoline at the big blue Pure Oil sign. By Wheaties Breakfast of Champions, the Big G cereal from General Mills, with the basics of raw wheat. And by New Blue Shield, a health care plan especially designed for you and your family. That Shield, New Blue Shield. Herb Carneal's Scoreboard Show is coming up next here on CCO. Imagine color TV with a picture so easy to tune you can even do it blindfolded. Yes, Zenith's all-new AFC automatic fine-tuning control tunes color TV picture perfect at the flick of a finger. It's color TV's most exciting feature. Set it once and forget it, because it not only tunes the color picture, but keeps it tuned as you change from channel to channel. It even perfects your fine-tuning on UHF channels automatically. How does AFC work? Instantly, electronically, it seeks out and locks in the perfect color picture signal to bring you color TV's sharpest picture. See the exciting automatic fine-tuning control on a wide selection of all-new 1968 Zenith fine furniture-style consoles at Guy Scheneker's Home Furnishings, and you'll be enjoying color TV's largest rectangular picture, 295 square inches of color. You'll also enjoy Zenith handcrafted quality throughout. Every Zenith color chassis is carefully hand-wired for unrivaled dependability. Guy Scheneker's prices for Zenith models with AFC start as low as $488.95. Come in tomorrow for a demonstration.
Now, Herb Carneal's Scoreboard Show, brought to you by your local Ford dealer, who invites you to test drive his great 67 Ford, and then make your move to Ford country. Now, here's Herb.
Hello, everybody, from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland once again, and on the scoreboard in the National League doubleheader at Los Angeles. The Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1 in the first game. Bill Singer scattered 9 hits to win. Larry Jaster took the loss. 2-1, the Dodgers over the Cardinals. Second game, the Dodgers lead 1-0 after 2 behind Jim Brewer. Al Jackson pitching for the Cardinals. Single game, Cincinnati at Houston, and the Reds beat the Astros 2-1. Mel Queen, with help from Ted Abernathy, got the win. The deciding blow was a home run by Vada Pinson, and Don Wilson took the loss. The Reds 2 and the Astros 1. Atlanta at San Francisco at the end of 4. The Braves lead 2-0 behind Phil Niekro. Juan Marichal going after his 15th win pitching for the Giants. Chicago at New York postponed because of rain. Another doubleheader at Philadelphia tonight, and the Phillies swept the Pirates. Phillies won the first game 2-0. Jim Bunning on a 6-hitter to win his 14th. He's lost 10. And Tommy Sist took the loss. He's 10-11. Johnny Briggs homered with nobody on for the Phillies, who won it 2-0. And in the second game, it was Philadelphia 6, Pittsburgh 2. Chris Short, the winner. Steve Blass, the loser. Neither one was around at the finish. Phillies 6 and the Pirates 2 to sweep the doubleheader. So that's the National League side of the scoreboard. In just a minute, we'll take a look at the scores of other games. Folks, it's official Ford Country clearance time at your Ford dealers now, and that means every car in his showroom is going at a once-a-year, end-of-year low price. Now is the time to get big savings on the entire Ford line. For example, if you're looking for the best buy yet in a sporty car with room for the whole family, then now's the time for you to join the Fairlaners. Enjoy big car roominess, big car performance in a family car that handles like a sports car. And there are 13 models to choose from. All Fords, of course. Fairlanes feature Ford's better ideas. Ideas like Select Shift Cruise-O-Matic transmission that gives you your choice of automatic or manual shifting. Ideas like Ford's Magic Door Gate on station wagons. Opens like a door for people, lowers like a gate for cargo. So I do hope you'll make your move to Ford Country soon. Get the car you want at a price I know you'll like. The lowest price, in fact, of the year. Yes, come to the official Ford Country clearance sale at your Ford dealers right now. Well, in the American League, one postponement tonight, a doubleheader. The Angels and Orioles at Baltimore were washed out. Boston at Chicago in the big one. And the Red Sox took the first game 7-1 on a 7-hitter by Jim Lonborg, who now is 17-6. He lost a shutout when Pete Ward of the White Sox homered in the ninth. Gary Peters, the loser, is 14-7. The Red Sox 7, the White Sox 1. In the second game, Chicago is batting in the last of the seventh, and they lead it by 1-0 on a homer by Ken Berry. Rookie Francisco Carlos, started for the White Sox. Bobby Locker in the seventh. Lee Stang for the Red Sox with Johnny Wyatt in the seventh. 1-0 Chicago after 6.5. Detroit at Kansas City. The Tigers won the ball game 3-0 on 3 solo homers by Dick McAuliffe, Bill Freehan, and Ed Matthews, as rookie John Hiller tossed his second consecutive shutout, a 6-hitter, to beat Chuck Dobson. Tigers 3 and the A's 0. And New York swept the Senators 7-5 in the first game at Washington. Stottlemyre winning his 13th. He's lost 10. Bertena the loser. And in the second game, the Yankees 2 and the Senators 1. Joe Verbanek winning over Bobby Humphrey. Just checking the wire for a later score from Chicago, and there's nothing in. It's still 1-0 Chicago, the White Sox batting in the seventh. And here at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium tonight, the Twins, playing their third doubleheader in the last 4 days, swept the Indians. They won the first game 6-5 in 10 innings, with Ron Klein getting the win, relieving Jim Grant. Klein has now won 6 and lost none. Jim Rowland and Jim Perry are also in there briefly, but Klein gets the win, and John O'Donohue took the loss. And in the second game, Dean Chance pitched a no-hit game. He gave up a run in the first inning on 2 walks, an error, and a wild pitch, but thereafter he didn't allow any runners to get on, with the exception of Lee May in the third, who walked, and Vern Fuller, who walked in the fifth inning. And then Dean really bore down and retired the last 10 batters. Chuck Hinton also got a walk in the sixth inning. Altogether, Dean walked 5 and he struck out 8. And you recall that earlier this year he pitched a perfect game in 4.5 innings against the Red Sox. Didn't allow a man to get on. Tonight he pitched a 1-run, no-hit game to win his 17th of the year. He's lost 9. The loss charged to Sonny Siebert, who is 6-11. Harmon Killebrew drove in 1 run, and the tie-breaking run scored in the 6th inning on singles by Tovar and Oliva, and a balk committed by Siebert. So the Twins sweep the doubleheader. And looking quickly at the standings here, if the White Sox and the Red Sox should split their doubleheader and the White Sox are leading in that second game, then the Twins would be in first place by a half game over both Chicago and Boston. So that's our scoreboard for this evening, and this is Herb Carneal reminding you that we'll be with you tomorrow at 1:10 Central Daylight Time when the Twins again meet the Indians here at Cleveland.
Listen for Herb Carneal's scoreboard show following all Twins games, brought to you by your Ford dealer, who also brings you the 67 Fords. You're ahead in a Ford all the way, so make your move to Ford Country now.